1964. It was a pivotal time in American history. The Beatles invaded America, the civil rights movement surged, and the U.S. Mint was racing to keep up with an exploding demand for coins. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, had already become one of the most collected coins in U.S. history. By 1964, the reverse still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced just 5 years earlier in 1959. More than 3.7 billion pennies were minted at the Denver Mint in 1964, marked with a tiny D under the date. That makes it seem common, but buried among those billions are a handful of error coins and high-grade examples that collectors would pay huge premiums for. Here's where things get spicy. While the 1964 D penny was mass-produced, some critical minting mistakes turned ordinary coins into extraordinary rarities. Let's go through the most valuable varieties you need to watch for. Collision 1. Double die obverse, DDO. Some 1964 D pennies show signs of doubled letters and numbers on the front. Look closely at Liberty and In God We Trust. Strong doubling can send values soaring, especially in high grade. Magnifying glass tilted left value, $500 to over $5,000 plus, depending on condition. Collision 2. Repunched mint mark, RPM. A popular error for 1964 D is the RPM, where the D mint mark was punched twice or at a slightly different angle. This mistake is highly collectible and adds huge value, especially in red uncirculated grades. Magnifying glass tilted left value, $250 to $3,000 plus depending on sharpness and grade. Collision 3. Off-center strike. Coins struck partially off the planchet are considered mint errors. A 1964 D penny struck 40 to 70% off-center, while still showing the date and mint mark, is incredibly valuable. Magnifying glass tilted left value, $1,000 to $5,000 plus for dramatic strikes. Collision 4. Struck on wrong planchet. Some 1964 D pennies were mistakenly struck on planchets meant for foreign coins or dimes. If it's underweight or a different metal color, like silver or steel, it could be an error of epic proportions. Magnifying glass tilted left value, $10,000 to $50,000 plus, depending on the metal and rarity. Collision 5. Full red gem condition, MS67. Even without an error, finding a 1964 D penny in full red, mint state 67 plus or higher is extremely rare. These coins are so pristine, collectors go to war at auction to own one. Magnifying glass tilted left value, $5,000 to over $30,000 just for grade alone. Microphone, Section 3, Auction Prices and Record Sales, $431 to $630. Let's talk real money. Here are some confirmed auction prices that will blow your mind. Money bag PCGS MS67 plus RD 1964, D Lincoln cent, sold for $22,325. Money bag NGC MS67 RD with RPM, auctioned for $5,600. Money bag 1964 D on silver dime planchet, wrong metal, estimated value $35,000 to $70,000. Money bag off-center error in MS64 red, valued at over $3,000. And it gets better. Experts believe there are unreported or undiscovered mega errors from 1964 D that could easily command $100,000 to $150,000 if found and authenticated. Imagine the shock of finding one in your penny roll. Want to know if you've got a jackpot? White heavy checkmark step 1, check the mint mark, use a 10x loop and look for any signs of doubling or repunching. White heavy checkmark step 2, check for color and condition, red, RD, is best. If it looks freshly minted and scratch-free, you could be in luck. Brown, BN, is less valuable. White heavy checkmark step 3, weigh it, it should weigh about 3.11 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, it might be an off-metal error. White heavy checkmark step 4, look for off-center strikes or missing elements, these are clear error signs and add big value. White heavy checkmark step 5, don't clean it, cleaning your coin ruins its value. Keep it as is. Outbox tray, consider sending it to a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC to get the most accurate valuation. So there you have it, the humble 1964 D Lincoln cent, a penny that could hide a life-changing fortune in plain sight. Whether it's a rare repunched mint mark, a mysterious planchet error, or a super high-grade coin, this tiny piece of copper has already made collectors thousands. And may soon make someone hundreds of thousands of dollars richer. Face with monocle still think it's just a penny? Think again. Direct hit check your old jars, your wallets, your grandma's coin box. You never know what could be sitting in front of you. And when you find that perfect 1964 D coin, speech balloon, drop a comment. We'd love to see what you've got. White heavy check mark, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on more hidden treasure right here on 4K Rare Coins. Of the 2000 D Sacagawea Dollar. In the year 2000, the United States Mint introduced a brand new dollar coin honoring Sacagawea, the Shoshone Native American woman who guided Lewis and Clark. This was no ordinary release. It replaced the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar, and was meant to boost public trust in a dollar coin. The design features Sacagawea carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste, with inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." On the reverse, a majestic eagle soars beneath 17 stars, representing the states in the Union at the time of the 1804 Lewis and Clark expedition. The Denver Mint struck millions of these coins, and most are only worth face value today. But a tiny number were minted with incredible, once-in-a-lifetime mistakes, and these errors are where the treasure lies. Money Bag Part 2, the shocking value of rare error coins. While the standard 2000 D Sacagawea dollar is common, error coins have sold for thousands. And in rare cases, over $100,000. Let's dive into some of the most legendary examples. Fire 1. The Mule error, worth $50,000 to $150,000 plus. The most famous Sacagawea dollar error is the 2000 Mule coin, a result of a minting mix-up. These coins feature the Sacagawea reverse but were accidentally struck with the obverse, front, of a 2000 Washington quarter. Instead of Sacagawea's portrait, the front has George Washington's head, creating one of the rarest U.S. coin errors of all time. Only 19 confirmed examples of this coin exist, and one sold at auction for $192,000. White heavy check mark, how to spot it. Look for George Washington on the front and the eagle design from the Sacagawea dollar on the back. Fire 2. Wrong planchet errors, worth $1,000 to $10,000 plus. Some Sacagawea dollars were mistakenly struck on the wrong type of metal blank, called a planchet. Instead of being gold-colored manganese brass, these errors may have been struck on nickel or copper planchets meant for quarters, nickels, or even foreign coins. White heavy check mark, how to spot it. Check the weight. A normal Sacagawea dollar weighs 8.1 grams. If yours is lighter or silver-colored, it could be a valuable wrong planchet error. Fire 3. Missing edge lettering or weak strike, worth $500 to $5,000 plus. Though more common on later presidential dollars, missing or weak edge lettering can also occur on early Sacagawea dollars. Sometimes other features like the date or mint mark are faint due to a weak strike, especially if the die was misaligned or worn. White heavy check mark, how to spot it. Use a magnifier and weigh the coin to see if the design is incomplete or missing key features. Fire 4. Double dies, worth $300 to $2,000 plus. Double die errors occur when the coin die is engraved twice at slightly different angles. These coins show noticeable doubling on letters, numbers, or designs. And they're always in high demand. Some 2000 D Sacagawea dollars show doubled features in Liberty, In God We Trust, or even Sacagawea's profile. How to spot it. Use a 10x or greater loupe and examine all inscriptions closely. Bar chart Part 3, Auction records and grading value. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC play a massive role in determining a coin's value. Here's what these coins have brought at real auctions. 2000 P Mule error, NGC MS67 sold for $192,000. 2000 D wrong planchet, nickel planchet sold for $6,000 to $10,000. 2000 D double die, PCGS MS65 sold for $2,000. Regular 2000 D in MS68, valued at $125 to $200, but still collectible. The higher the grade, especially uncirculated mint state coins, MS67 and above, the more valuable. Face with monocle Part 4, how to check your coin. Think you might have a rare 2000 D Sacagawea dollar? Here's what to do. Check the obverse and reverse, look for mismatched designs, Washington on one side, Sacagawea on the other. Jackpot. Weigh the coin, use a scale that measures grams. If it's under or over 8.1 g, it could be on the wrong planchet. Inspect for doubling. Examine all letters and numbers closely. Submit for grading. If you suspect you have a valuable error, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and authentication. Books Part 5, Final Thoughts. Hold on to this golden gem. The 2000 D Sacagawea Dollar is a perfect example of how even a coin that looks ordinary can be worth an extraordinary fortune. While millions of these coins were minted, it's the rare errors, mules, wrong planchets, double dies, that carry the real gold. So next time you spot the golden dollar in your change jar, give it a second look. You might just be staring at a five-figure fortune hiding in plain sight. Direct hit call to action. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the rare 2000 D Sacagawea Dollar, smash that like button, subscribe to 4K Rare Coins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars again.